Right, morning all. It's Monday morning and it's got off to a bit of a cracking start because we've got some cars being delivered unexpectedly right now, I think. 5 minutes, Michelle.
5 minutes? Woohoo!
That's the Discovery Sport,
The Duke,
and the
Beamer.
and the BMW.
Yeah.
Gosh, so well, we've got plenty of space, haven't we? So I was about to do the Ford Cougar. Well, Michelle, I think, sold the bloody Ford Cougar, haven't you?
Oh, maybe. Pending your electronic
Expertise.
Yeah.
So the Ford Cougar is all absolutely fine, but the only problem is that the radio doesn't work, and we need to find a code. So,
That's your job.
and he said, "I'll only buy it if you can get the radio working." So that's my job for this morning. Other than getting these cars in, which are about to be delivered. Speaking of which, did you manage to get a hold of the driver?
I've messaged Ryan and said we're here.
Oh, okay. We're here.
Well, he's trying to reach us, but I don't know how he's trying to reach us.
He's probably stuck in the lane
But
somewhere.
But I don't know if he means telephonically.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
right, one thing at a time, one thing at a time. So I've gone on to ChatGPT and said, right, help me out with this Ford Cougar code. And it's actually said, well, do this, get the serial number, and you need to press this button and that button. So 1 and 6, anyway, get a serial number, then go onto a code generator, and then it gives me a code for the radio. So that's what I'm going to do. And then the radio will be working, and I've re-engineered it, you see. And then that bug can get sold. Lovely. Anyway, well, I'm going to do that and get the cars unloaded. Right, so I'm in the Cougar. And so GPT said, hold buttons 1 and 6 down, and you'll get the code. That's not a code. Oh, that's a code. Oh, did you see it? I think I just saw it, came up and then buggered off again. I'll have to look back at the video and then pause it and then put it into the computer. Right, let's see if I can get a code now for this, to get this working. Cracker, that works. So while I'm doing that, we've got Alex back in, and he's having a crack at the Jaguar, the drain thing. So he's ripping up the seats and all that sort of stuff, vacuuming all the water out. See if he can get to the bottom of that. Be nice not to have a soggy Jaguar, that's for sure. Right, I managed to get the serial code.
Woohoo!
It was so I just pressed 1 and 6 and then held it tight, and then a code came up. So I'm going to put that in the computer, in my software, and then it should give you. Thank you. Put it in the software there. and then we'll have that radio up and running in no time, and we can get the bugger sold. Right, after all that prattling around, putting the code in, it actually only needs the last 7 digits of the serial number, and anyway, then it gives you the code. So it's done it. Look. So all being well, I'll put that into the Cougar, and we should have a radio working. Right, I'm back in the Cougar, and time to put the code in. 1483. 1483. And then enter.
She's giving us free rein.
Look at that!
That settles it. I'm not saying that I'm going.
Beautiful! We're fixing shit again, aren't we? We're bloody fixing shit. Brilliant. Well, I think we can consider that car bloody sold. Great. I'll go and tell Michelle. She'll be very pleased. Right. The cars are here, and they've been dropped off. I'll walk you around them. Yes, bonnets up on the Discovery Sport. Mind you, we expected something to happen in this one. I'll get to that one in a minute, but I'll show you the Beamer first. Now, I believe this is a Grade 2 X-Drive 250D. How about that for you? I think it's a Grade 2. There's just some scuffage on the alloys, I think. But other than that, very good nick, in very good nick. So interior's all pretty nice. Got this sort of suede stuff here. What's the mileage on it? I can't even remember. 52,000 miles. Right, the Discovery. So when this came off the truck, it was making a noise, engine noise, and the bloody engine was smoking from out of here. And you can see this engine bay is disgusting. I mean, there's a leak. It looks like an exhaust leak because it's caked in exhaust dust. And the noise, it stinks of exhaust as well in here. Absolutely reeks. And the noise wasn't like a chain noise or anything like that. It sounded like pop, 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 pop. It was like something's loose. I mean, this was a real gamble. I mean, this is the biggest gamble that we've done on these Discovery Sports, but we got it cheap. We got it cheap. So I know there's stuff to be done on that. I know it could be a horror story, but I'm prepared for it. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Let's spend a bit of money on it. Hopefully not too much, but we'll prepare ourselves for a lot. And we might just, wipe our faces with it. Worst case scenario, or best case scenario, we'll make a ton of bloody money. I don't know, but I can't really see it going too well for us, to be honest, so far on first inspection. The interior is pretty bloody shocking as well. Oh, that's disgusting. Absolutely revolting. Bugger if I'm going to clean that. I'm definitely not going to clean that. And we've got the Duke. A sweet little white thing. This is in really good nick, I think, this car. Nice leather interior. I'm not quite sure the mileage on this one either. I think it's quite low, in the 40s, I think. Bodywork's pretty immaculate. Wheels all good. 2014 as well. Oh, bit of scuffage there. Yeah. Nice little car. They sell quite well down here, I believe. We're yet to find out. So just back to the Discovery. I'm going to do a minimal amount of driving in this because I've got a chap coming to have a look at it tomorrow morning. But I need to move it from here over to there. So while I'm doing that, I'll show you what it's doing. There we go. Do you hear that smoking? See it smoking? Tempted to lift that cover off, and have a good old peek, which I might do. I really hope it's just something that's come loose, needs putting back together, clean the engine bay up, and it's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. We'll see. Hello, chaps. Monday afternoon. Look at the sunshine, isn't it fantastic? Well, this morning we've been horribly busy, and you see I've got the old Cougar out, that bloody Cougar, and that's because we've just had a test drive on that, and it went fantastically well, and he's bringing his wife back later on to have a look at it, and if she likes it, hopefully they'll buy it. I mean, I wish life was that simple for a car trader, but we'll see. But on another note, we've sold the Discovery Sport today. Remember I told you last week about the grey silver one. A chap came in and he bought his Freelander in, and that is sold. So we did the deal on that, and also we've sold the black Ford Cougar. So that's 2 cars sold on a Monday. 2 cars sold on a Monday and maybe a third. I mean, what a bloody start to the week. Brilliant. Now, you might be wondering why my fingers are a little grubby. And that's because I thought I'd take matters into my own hands with this Discovery Sport that arrived today. and I thought I'd take a little inspection and sort of give it my own assessment of what we feel needs to be done. My mechanical opinion. Right, let me show you. Look at the state of that. This has got I whipped it down to the garage, and the chap's saying it's got a bit of a leaky injector or two, and it's caused all of this. But apparently I've got to clean all of this before we can actually get the injectors out and put seals on them, rebed them in and refit them. So I said, sorry about this bloody sunshine, it's so bloody sunny here. So I said, how on earth do I go about cleaning that? And they said, well, best thing is to pour Coca-Cola over it. And I went, you can't be serious. He said, yeah, pour Coca-Cola over it, then wash it off, pour Coca-Cola on it again, toothbrush, scrub, get it all clean, because when we take the injectors out, there can't be any crap there to go down into where the injectors go. No carbon build-up, and there's shitloads of carbon build-up in that. And that must have been run for miles with a leaky injector. Miles and miles. Now this car it came with 0 service history. Yeah, 0. But we've done some digging this morning, and we found it does have some service history, and it also had a new DPF put in it about 3-4 years ago. That doesn't mean to say the DPF is absolutely fine. But yeah, it's had some work done on it, but clearly no one's done a sausage to this thing for quite some months. So I've told Michelle to go and get a load of Coca-Cola and some toothbrushes from Morrison's, and she's on her way back, so I'm going to douse it with Coke. I mean, I'll eat my hat if this bloody works. Cleans it all up. And it feels rather odd pouring Coca-Cola over an engine. Well, it does to me anyway. So I'm waiting for Michelle to come back. But what a fantastic day so far. 2 in the bag, maybe 3, and getting to grips on that Ingenium. And we've got Mr. Alex here sorting a few cars out, trying to dry out the Jaguar because that's got a soggy bottom. Right, I'll catch you chaps later, but a good start to the week so far. Right, Monday evening, early evening, and the chaps that who are going to come back at 5 to view the Cougar, they've had to postpone until tomorrow, so it won't be a magnificent 3 today, unfortunately, but 2. Two's enough. That Cougar and that Discovery. So that's parked there, ready to get all ready for handover on Wednesday. And I'm here with the new Discovery Sport with 2 bottles of Coke. And that's going to get poured all over the engine. So I'm not quite sure. I mean, what the hell? What's the worst that can happen, eh? What's the worst? So apparently, if I pour Coke all over this, leave it overnight, and then wash it off, got a toothbrush, scrub it all down, and then do it again. Do it again and again. Just get it nice and clean. So I've got 2 cans of Coke, 2 bottles of Coke there, and they're going to go on there. Watch this. I suppose I don't really have to worry about it spilling everywhere, do we? Oh, I think Michelle's here. She's about to join the party. Here we go. This feels so wrong, but so satisfying at the same time. I hope this chap wasn't pulling my plonker. It's amazing how much you trust these people, isn't it? Mind you, it's doing all sorts of lovely bubbly stuff. I'm going to give it another bottle. Right, well, that's all done. Severe case of kill or cure, I think. So I'll be interested to see what happens to that in the morning. Right, I think I'm going to shut up shop. I'm going to get some saps on. Bloody cold this evening. Well, it's a beautiful day. It gets sodding cold when the sun goes in, but hey ho. Anyway, life of a car dealer, eh? Right, chaps, catch you later. Morning all, and Tuesday morning, and I am back at work on the Ingenium. So, came in this morning, and it really does work. I mean, all this stuff is now crumbled off around the base of the injectors. Fantastic. So, what I'm going to do now is I've sprayed the whole engine with some degreaser because it's a bloody state in here. It's a bloody state. So I thought I'm gonna spray it all off with a jet wash. But before I do that, I'm gonna degrease the little mother. And I feel like I'm doing a bit of a cook-off. Right, now we're gonna degrease it. Then we're gonna jet wash it. So I think we need to give this car a little bit of love, care, and attention. So we're gonna try and get it all nice and clean. That's the game. That's the game plan. So. So I'm now going to jet wash that off and then probably pour some more Coke over it. Probably give it a round 2 of Coke. So when we're finished with the jet wash, I'll get that done. But I'm feeling good about this. I'm feeling good. Latest. Right, got the old carrot down. Now the carrot. Chap called up and said, I want to test drive your Cougar. And I said, well, you better come down then. So he's just come down, just finished the test drive on that. I think that's just gone quite fantastically well because he's going to go home and pay the deposit. So until the money's in the bank and the deposit's being paid, it's not a done deal just yet. But when that's in the bank, then we could probably consider that a sold car, which would be fantastic. And we're still waiting on the Cougar people to come back today and pay a deposit on that one. And if that pans out, then we're on course for another champagne car dealing week, you see. And that will be 4 in 2 days, which would be quite extraordinary. Quite extraordinary. So I've just taken pictures of the BMW. And that's got a full main dealer service history and requires a new service. So we called up BMW and said we'd like to book in a full service for our BMW X1. Can you give us a price, please? Yes, sir. That will be £500. So I'm just umming and ahhing, trying to think whether or not we put it through a main dealer service at 500 quid just to have a BMW stamp on it. What do you reckon? Worth it? Might be a massive chunk out of the margin. And then if there's anything that needs doing to it, they'll then pull our pants down again. Well, not again, but pull our pants down a bit further. So I'm not quite sure what to do with that one. Whereas it'll probably cost us a couple of £100 for a full service. So it's a big difference. Anyway, I'll have a think on that one. But I just photographed the BMW, so I can take the holding image off and put the full Monty, full setup in. And a lovely day like today, it's looking fantastic. So go and have a look. Go and have a look on the website. Right, I'm going to get that uploaded, and then I'm going to play with the Ingenium again. Maybe re-coke it. Play around with it a bit more. Anyway, laters. Right, evening, chaps. Tuesday evening, and today sort of ran away with me a little bit today. Been tampering and tinkering away with the on that Ingenium engine, and I've actually called the local garage, and I've cleaned as much stuff off as I can, and it's still looking black and grubby and crap. But they're going to have a look at it on Thursday, so I'm going to leave it be, and they're going to put some of their special gear on it, try and clean it up a bit more, and then try and get some of these injectors out. I don't quite. The whole engine bay needs such a good clean. I mean, I don't even know how or what product is out there to sort of clear all the crap out. If anyone knows of a spray or something, you go pss, 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 and it all just fizzes and just falls off, then let me know. There's vinegar, baking soda and all that sort of stuff, which I could try. But so it's auction day tomorrow, And there are some bits and bobs on at the auction tomorrow, which I'm got my eye on, but I'm going to do some further homework. I've got my new man bag here, and I'm going to head down to the tally and sit there and have a quiet pint by myself. I'm going to get the laptop out. I'm going to go through tomorrow's cars. I'm just going to pick them all out and do my usual stuff on the spreadsheet. So I whittled them down to about 7 or 8, maybe 10, and then go through them one by one, MOTs, what needs to be done, and all that sort of stuff. So I can fire on all cylinders tomorrow at the auction. And I'm probably going to do the auction from my seat again tomorrow because there's so much to do, so busy. So I'm going to head tally-ho way, and I will catch you chaps. Probably not in the tally-ho, probably tomorrow morning. Laters. Morning, chaps. Wednesday morning, and I'm in the BMW, doing the school run in the BMW, and then swinging by to BMW themselves, because this is going in for a full service, a full BMW service. So this has got a full BMW service history so far, and kind of thought, well, you know what, this car's been treated so well in the past, let's continue that. So it's going in for a full BMW service, and I'm hoping we can sort of pitch a slightly higher price for it. You know, the car's immaculate, it's grade 1, nothing wrong with it, full BMW service history. So I think that could probably fetch something in the fair price category, I think, because to me it sounds like a fair price for a car like this. So we're going to go in there and meet the chaps. Never been in there before, so we're going to go and show our faces and say, hi, we're just down the road, and best rates you can do on servicing, please. So that's going to be fun. And then back, the Discovery's been picked up at midday, and then the new Freelander's coming in, so I'll show you that. And then what else is happening today? Auction day today, isn't it? Not that many cars that tickle my fancy, but there's a couple. One of them is a Discovery Sport again. And there's a Mitsubishi or something like that, but not many. It certainly doesn't warrant me going down there. So I'm going to be an armchair trader today, and we'll pick them out, but we'll see what we'll come out with. But we need some more cars. We need some like more Yetis and some Qashqais, because they're selling so well down here. The Qashqais all went within a week. The two that we got. So slowly by slowly, we're sort of working out what cars are selling and are selling well. So one would suggest you stock up on those. So we're going to sort of push our stock towards that sort of stuff. A couple of Discovery Sports in stock, because they always get a lot of interest, and we get good part exchanges out of them as well. And Qashqais and Yetis, and a few little things like this, just to dip the toe in. Anyway, in traffic, crawling, and a bit monkey this morning. I'll catch you later. Bye. Right, afternoon all. Wednesday afternoon, and it's been chaos. It's been chaotic today, and I haven't done any bloody filming. I've been so busy getting absolutely nothing done whatsoever, and it's just been one of those days where you've been running around like a blue-ass fly and nothing has been achieved. And that's how it feels. So I'm in a bit of a bloody moan, actually. So got into work this morning and then ferried around with the cars, as you saw, with the BMW, got back, and then the rush was on to get the disco looking, well, it was looking great, but just final little bits and bobs done to it. And then the auction was starting, and then I hadn't done the homework on a couple of cars that I really wanted to get, so I did that, and then the customer came to pick up the Discovery. I then missed 4 of the cars that I wanted to bid on, which really pissed me off because they were really good cars. And then I was made me so angry that I allowed that to happen. And the timings just couldn't be worse. The timings couldn't be worse. So I lost 3 good cars that I wanted to bid on. I did win 2 cars. They were sort of. So what did we get? We got a Golf, a VW Golf, 2017, the 2-litre TSI R, 4Motion, with 50,000 miles, cracking looking car. And we got a Mitsubishi ISX, something like that. I think something. And then there was the Disco Sport, there was a Yeti going through, there's a Qashqai going through, and they're all going through in fairly, a short period of time between each other. And of course this chap comes in and then has to deal with him. He said, right, I want to pay £6,000 in cash, so I had to count the bloody cash. And I couldn't really say to him, look, stay there, go and have a cup of coffee, come back in 10 minutes time. It's just not really the done thing, but I had to push that aside. I should have put proxy bids on, but I didn't. So I'm just a bit moany today. I did get some fantastic spray for the that Disco Sport engine with all the carbon stuff. So the Coke did work. It bloody well did work. And I then got some like this carb stuff. I sprayed on it. All bloody fell off. It was fantastic. I must show you that tomorrow. Anyway, that's going in the garage tomorrow to hopefully have an injector taken out and replaced, or seals done, or whatever, and hopefully just get that working, and then a whole clean throughout. So it needs a good old DPF clean, DPF taken off, cleared out, the EGR valves cleaned, because there's so much soot gunged up there, I think. What else? Yeah, just other bits and bobs. So I'm a bit moody, as I say, keep saying it, I'm moaning again. So I haven't done much filming because of that reason today, just too busy. So we'll pick things up tomorrow. It's Monty's staying with me tonight, boys are staying with me tonight. And I haven't got anything prepared for cooking, so I'm just going to take them out. Something cheap and cheerful near a pub or something like that, near the water. They love that, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to start calming down a bit because, anyway, I'm rabbiting on now, I know. But I'll see you tomorrow in better spirits. But I am in a new car, another new car, Freelander, Pardex for the Discovery Sport. So I'm driving that around to see if there's any gremlins in it. But seems to be good. Touch wood. Catch you later, chaps. Laters. Right, time to stop moaning and get on with some bloody work. So I've come back to the office, picked up Monty. Just want to do a tiny bit more to this, but it's coming out really nicely. Look at this. So you can actually see the injectors now. Before they were completely covered in all that crap, all that carbon. So I'm trying to just free it all up so we can access the injectors, get them out, clean them, replace the seals, see what needs to be done, and that may solve that issue. And then we've got a big clean up of the exhaust system, I think. But I'm using this stuff and it seems to do a bloody good job. Yeah, you spray it on, it just falls off. And I'm giving it a little tickle with this little chappy, and giving it a little pick with this. A little bit of scrub with that. What have I got there? All-purpose cleaner. That's bloody useless. Odour eliminator. I don't know what that's doing over here. So it's going in tomorrow to get sorted out. What are you doing, Monty? You filming me? You silly sausage. So I'm being filmed secretly. How dare you? And then tomorrow, all valeted. That's all perfect. All the warning lights, the airbags off, the suspension warning cables being sorted out. So that's pucker, and that just needs a good old clean. Other than that, I've got some very, very sad news about the Cougar. That bloody Cougar. The chap said, I'm afraid the wife is wanting something with a little bit more higher spec, so the leather seats, reversing camera. And I said, well, what about the lovely Volvo? They said no. And what about this? No. So I sort of lost the fight with them, but the battle continues. So Monty and I are going to go for supper down by the water this evening, aren't we, Monty? Yeah, we're going to go to the Waterman's Arms in Tuckenhay for a pint by the water and in the sun. And they've got a ping pong table there, so we're going to thrash out some games of ping pong. And I'm going to well and truly rinse your ass, lad.
You think?
Yeah, I do think, I'm afraid. Because I'm a bloody car dealer. And that's what sort of thing car dealers do. Ping pong, yeah. Anyway, catch you chaps later. Might see you down there. Well, before I go to the Waterman's with Monty, I went into the office and went to lock up, and there was a box outside the door. And I opened up the box, and bugger me, it was some more beer sent by, well, you know who you are. You know who you are. So I thought I'd come up onto the top forecourt and have a bottle. Well, it came with a glass as well. Well, it was about 5 bottles and a glass of Theakston's. I thought today was a shit day. It's not. It's a fantastic end to the day. Thank you so much. What a legend. What a way to finish a day. On the upper forecourt, having a pint. I'd never normally have a drink at the office, but I thought, sod it, today I'm going to crack one of these little mothers open. Exactly what I've done. Anyway, I'll see you at the Waterman's. Laters. Right, morning all. Friday morning. God, what a painful couple of days it's been. Utterly painful. Just been not doing what I want to be doing, which is car dealing, but I've just been having to sort out crap. Now, I mean, everywhere I go, there's something crap to sort out. Like, I'm now trying to sort out V5s, and I've got a V5, well, sold the Disco, obviously, and I need to transfer the V5 into his name, and the bloody thing's coming up as like, don't recognise it. So I'm on the chat with the Gov website and DVLA. It's so pain, it takes up so much bloody time. I've had a real moany week this week, and I've not been able to get anything done. Not filmed, not done anything, just because nothing interesting is happening, basically, and it's just one of those bloody weeks. So I'm going to try and get to the bottom of this. I'm going to try and get to the bottom of a couple other things. I'm going to try and do something relatively interesting, because I'm losing my patience. Right, laters. Right, sod that for a game of soldiers. I'm out of the office, where I need to be, at home, and I'm going to do some bloody cooking. That's what I'm going to do. It's about 1:30, and I just had to get out because everything was driving me nuts. So I thought, I know what I'm going to do. Michelle's away today, and she's coming back later on, and I'm going to put something in the oven ready for tonight and just take my head away from everything, because it needs to do that. So I'm going to do something pretty fantastic in the slow cooker today. Oh, right, better crack on. Laters. Right, bloody sod's law. Just had a phone call saying the 2 cars we've got at auction are just about to arrive, and no one's there. So I'm going to get my skates on, slow cooker all on, and I'm just going to pile it all in, basically. It's one of these fancy little mothers that cooks it all first, you know, that sort of thing. So literally, I'm just going to fly all of this stuff in. It's going to be so quick, so don't worry, I'm not going to bore you lot to tears with the cooking, but it's going to look fantastic. And then I've got to get back and get these cars unloaded. Anyway, onions in, garlic in. I'll tell you what's happening next. Laters. Making a right old bloody mess here because I'm against the clock. But onions are all in there, sweating beautifully. And actually I haven't got space in there to put the beef in, so I can actually do cut up some shins of beef, smother them in flour. Bloody mess. I'm just going to brown those Little mother's off. Fastest cook-off I think we've done probably. It's on against the clock. So get those in the pan. And this is all just going to so brown those off nicely, and then they're going in with the onions and some mushrooms and some tomato puree, a few other bits and bobs, some bay leaves, and virtually a whole bottle of wine and some beef stock and what have you. But so let those chaps brown off. Oh God, it's all go. Right, that beef is nicely browned. We've got everything bubbling in there. We've got the wine, add the bay leaves and some tomato puree, and in with the onions and the mushrooms. So that's all cooking there, letting that bubble. And then literally gonna whack this stuff in there. Go on, in you go. Oh, beef down. Can stay there. And then give it a little mix around. And then I'm just going to put the lid on. Turn it on to low. Slow cook low. Slow cook low. Off. Slow cook low. Start. Simple as that. Just leave that there for about 5 hours. And then come back and it'll all be tender and beautiful and rich and winey and mushroomy and all that sort of stuff. So we'll catch up with that later on. Right, better go and unload these cars. I'm going to leave all of this. It's a bloody mess. I'll clear it up later. Right, latest taters. Right, the back at base, and the cars are here. And look at them. Look at these little chaps. That's a Golf TSI 2 litre R. Probably not in the right order, but anyway. So look at that wonderful colour. Absolutely amazing colour. The bodywork's pretty mint as well. There's a couple of little bits and bobs to do on it, but Golfs, I think, sell fantastically well wherever you are in the country. And the data picked this one out for me to buy, so I just bought it. Fruity little mother, isn't it? Cracking car. Second one is this Mitsubishi ASX. Again, I know absolutely nothing about these cars either, but apparently they should sell well down here. I don't know. I know nothing. Hey, so there's not much to do to them actually. That needs a bloody good service, I think. That needs a new key. It needs a second key. But inside, let me show you inside the Golf. R-line, of course, you know, all that sort of stuff. Nice sort of suede-y sort of thing. I don't know what you call it. Oh, that's not good. That looks like a fag burn or something. Oh dear, a bit of rippage in the seat there. What else? 50,000 miles. Other than that, pretty clean and tidy inside. What about the boot? Usual mats and stuff. But what do we got under there? We do have a Get Me Home tyre. Bodywork wise, niggle there. I think everything else is pretty good actually. Wheels all in really good condition, considering. I'm a bit surprised by that, to be honest. What's that? A bit of polish and stuff. Someone's actually tried to polish it, but so I'm happy with that one. Very happy indeed. Right, the ASX. Let's have a look at the side of this old girl. You know what? For a 2015 car, 71,000 miles, she ain't bad at all. Very neat inside, just a bit of a clean. Back seems alright, doesn't smell or anything like that. What's the bodywork like? Your little ding there. I don't think we'll bother getting that out. We can make that a little better, but we'll never get that out. I just don't think it's probably worth spraying the panels. But nice car. That's the thing with these cars, like a 2015 car, 71,000 miles. Do you go and spend like 200 quid a panel on getting stuff resprayed? I mean, it's what is it going to be? It's £6,000 car, maybe £5.5 grand car, retailing. I think by the time you start tarting all the bits and bobs off and making it absolutely perfect, there's worth bugger all for a trader, mind. So I think for Devon round here, I think people who like those cars round here in Devon expect to have a little bit of nicking a thing here and there. But that puppy, I think, will get absolutely spot on because I think it deserves it. So most people, when they come and buy a little SUV down here, they go, "Oh, don't worry, I'm going to put scratches in it anyway." So I don't think we'll go to town on getting that all perfect. It's pretty good as it is. It's pretty good. A nice car for someone. Nice cheap car. 71,000 miles. I thank you. I thank you. So, no, I'm happy with those two. Very happy indeed. Laters. Right, well, it's Friday afternoon and another knock on the door and with a few boxes. And I'm a bit taken back, to be honest. Have a look at this. So I opened up the first box and I was a bit taken back, as I said. And it came with a t-shirt. And this is from Car Owl. I don't know if you chaps have heard of Car Owl. And this is not a paid promotion by any means. And it says Car Owl, not Car Wow. So the chaps at Car Owl, who do like history checks and all that sort of stuff, sent me a lovely little t-shirt with Car Owl on it. I can't really do it with one hand. And you know what else was in there? Yeah, yes, you probably do. 3 cans of beer from Chiltern Brewery. I've never had a Chiltern Brewery beer, actually. Some key rings and some notepads and all that sort of stuff. So I will be sure to check those chaps out. I'm so easily sold. Just send Sam beer and then I'll just sign up to gear. But yes, they do all the history checks, like the vehicle school things, history checks and all that sort of stuff. And they have packages for however many reports you want. So well worth a look. Well worth a look if I were you. carowl.co.uk, I believe. Now the second box, there's a chap, this chap comments on everything on the, not everything, but every video. He puts a wonderful comment. I've met this chap as well in the pub at the Black Horse when I was up with my parents. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bottles of beer. More beer. Unbelievable. And this is from Mick. Mick says, "Hi Sam, please find enclosed a few beers to enjoy on me. Would be interested to know which ones you enjoyed the best out of the selection. Think you already know how much I enjoy the channel. So many people get pleasure as you mix up buying, selling cars with your fantastic cooking. Keep it up, all the best, Mick." Well, Mick, you are an absolute legend and thank you so much. More beer here, look at that. And added to the beer that came earlier on. Now, I know it was my birthday at the weekend, but you chaps have just gone overboard. And, God, I'm going to get rat-arsed this week, I can tell. And the rugby's on. Rugby, whichever you want to call it. So, thank you so much, chaps. Car Owl and a Mick and Mark Williams from earlier on in the week. So I've just named you all. But legends, all of you. Right. Sorry, I'm going to tuck into one of those beers, I think. It's a Friday afternoon. No more cars to move, and we're just winding down. So, yeah, what else we've got to do? The Range Rover being picked up tomorrow. That's all looking fantastic. We've got a wonderful little chap called Alex in to help us do some bits and bobs, get cars ready. He's a chap that does a bit of everything. Yeah, he's the one that fixed the boot struts. So he's been in helping out, which is fantastic. and he's just getting the Duke ready so we can photograph that and get the bugger up for sale. And then we'll work on the Golfs and all that sort of stuff. But I'm going to drive the Golf and the Mitsubishi around for a little bit the next couple of days just to make sure everything's tickety-boo. Right, crack open one of those beers. Alex, are you ready for that beer?
I am, yeah. I'm just going to wash this off and then I'll be in.
All right, I'll open it up then, shall I? Sounds like a bloody good idea. Right, that's a yes then. Right, chaps, I'm back after taking that Golf out, and I tell you what a fucking machine. Better my French. What a bloody machine. Unbelievable. And walk in here and the smell of that beef. Oh my sweet God. Right, let me show you this. So that beef and onion and everything has just been sitting in there for the last 5.5, 6 hours. Oh my God, she's ready. Right, Michelle's arrived and she's not particularly happy that I don't have a fire going. And it's sort of a wintry evening. It's dark, it's wet, it's cold, and I've run out of bloody logs again. And she's gone out and she said, well, why don't I go and find some logs in the middle of the road or on the side of the road in a lane or somewhere. I said, darling, it's not going to work because they're going to be wet logs and they're going to be too big for the fire. And she just said, watch me. So I'm just going to sit here while the mashed potato cooks and wait for her to come through that door with some perfectly dry logs that are going to be absolutely fantastic for the fire. We'll see how we go. This will be interesting. Meanwhile, I'm going to do some mashed potato. Hello, darling. How'd you get on? What have you done? Fuck me, where'd you get that from?
A secret supply.
Where?
In
my barn?
In the barns. No, the other barns.
The other barns?
Barns with no doors.
Well, the barns that don't belong to me?
Yeah.
Which barns?
The barn next to your big barn.
The barn next to the big barn?
And then the other little shelter thing that's not a barn.
Oh, the other shelter, the barn that...
No, but you know what?
So many bloody barns here. Yes.
That there is this, like, skeleton of a weasel
I
or
understand.
like a long animal with really long feet.
Yeah.
And I had to pick that out of the weasel skeleton. And that one's got big nails in it. Is that all right?
The weasel skeleton. All right, my sweetness. Well, I tell you what, there's some lovely sticks next door.
Yes.
which you kindly picked for me a couple of weeks ago for my birthday, I must add. And well, as long as that wood is dry from one of the barns that I apparently have.
Two of the barns.
Huh?
2 barns.
Okay, 2 barns. One of the 2 barns.
Well, one barn, one.
All right, sweetness. Well, I tell you what. You're on fire duty?
Yes.
I'm on cooking duty. How about that?
Like weasel.
And I tell you what, I'm taking care of the mashed potato.
Mashed potato.
And we've got everything under control in the kitchen here.
Okay. Do you think I've got like rat wee on me as well?
No, I think you're absolutely fine. I think you just need to light the fire.
Okay.
Cripes alive. Fuck did she get that from? Right, we're having a bit of a fug up in here. But Michelle is lighting the fire. Everything all right there, Michelle?
It's a cracker.
Is it? It's a cracker. Yeah, it is a cracker, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't believe you went and found a load of bloody logs in a barn that I didn't think existed.
Covered in the wings of deceased pheasants.
There's not an old sort of like Aston Martin in there or anything like that, is there?
No.
Amongst the logs that...
I saw an old pipe.
A pipe, okay.
Wing.
Well, she's done a cracking fire. I don't know if I can show you that. There, look at that. Wowzers, McTrousers. And a cottage like this, it just heats up. It gets so cosy. We have things bubbling on the cooker here. We've got beef and everything and wine. Oh, God. Sorry, I'm going on a bit. Right, mashed potato. Right, we're on the vinegar strokes here. The mashed potato is done. The beef stew is absolutely splendid. And now we're going for the greens. So these greens, this is a wonderful way of doing greens, by the way, because don't boil them, don't steam them, just fry them. Bit of butter in there. What's this? And we're going to put some garlic in there. And when the garlic starts sizzling, right, spring greens in. Just coat them over and just soak all that butter up. Right, we are all good to go. Let's plate up. So beef casserole, mashed potato and some greens. Look at the colour of those greens. Aren't they fantastic? But they're al dente, so they're in... oh my word. Absolutely amazing. 2, I'm afraid so. Michelle, are you hungry?
No, I'm hungry.
Are you? Of course you are. What are you hungry for? Darling, we've just got 2 massive bowls of like gorgeousness here, and I've got to stick all of this stuff on here. So,
Oh my God.
right, Michelle. I mean, we've got a pool of
Oh my God.
beautifulness in there, and we've got mashed potato and the greens. What do you reckon? Which one's yours? That one or that one? Take it.
It looks amazing.
Oh my gosh. I don't think we're going to finish this.
Wow.
Look at that, chaps.
Oh my
How delicious.
Oh.
And I hope you chaps are having a fantastic Friday night too. Oh, morning all. Saturday morning. Oh, a bit croaky this morning. But what a machine. That thing's got torque. In fact, it won't bloody shut up. It's unbelievable. As I came in the gravel driveway over there, and I thought, well, I'm going to test this sort of 4Motion palaver out. So I thought, I wonder if it kicks up any gravel if I give it a bit of a rev and drop the clutch. And not really. It did a tiny bit, but I tell you what, it just shot off. Almost ploughed into the top forecourt, but that thing's quite a special little car. It really is. One of the fastest cars I think I've ever driven on the road. It's unbelievable. Anyway, so Saturday morning. What's happening this morning? Well, the Range Rover's being picked up, so I'm going to put it in the handover section. Make sure it's all absolutely spot on. Michelle's on her way over. She's gone to go and get the flowers and stuff. I think we've got wine. We've got copious amounts of wine in the office at the moment. And also the Black Cougar. The Black Cougar's going today. And we've got the rugby on today. Actually, England aren't playing. I think it's the crunch match, isn't it? It's the Ireland-France. The Ireland-France game, which will be a bit of a belter. Right, so I'm going to open up, have a cup of coffee, and I'll talk to you chaps in a minute. Laters. Right, Saturday, lunchtime, and the handover of the Range Rover went fantastically well, and then it went downhill like a soggy sack of shit. So they picked the car up, all looked fantastic, all very happy, and then drove it down the road, and then the bloody suspension light came on again, and then another light came on saying, and with a red triangle with 30 saying, don't drive above 30 miles an hour or you'll die. So obviously they went, oh Sam, we can't have this. So I said, bring it back now, and we'll swap the cars back over and I'll get it into a specialist. And of course I'm now driving it. I'm just taking it for a little nip around, and it's absolutely fine. No warning lights at all, but they clearly exist and they need to go away. So the suspension is working absolutely fine. I don't have a huge amount of experience on the suspension on these cars, so I'm hoping it's just a bit of wiring. I'm hoping it's just a loose chafed wire or something that's just throwing up the warning up onto the dash, and actually everything is actually fine. But because everything is operating perfectly fine. Anyone got any ideas? Let me know, because I'm about to throw this into a very expensive garage, I think. But yeah, anyone got any suggestions? And do let me know, and you'll have a load of beer coming your way if you get it right. Put it that way. Right, so I actually took this to a test drive to the Tally. Well, I'm sort of going to film my final conclusion for the week, which I'm going to do just that. And I think the rugby is on, so I'm going to miss that today because I've got too much on. Got this to do. Still got some stuff to do at the office and whatnot. But we'll still end the week with a pint. Laters. Well, chaps, I have found sanctuary at the Tally with a pint. And so to conclude this week, I mean, what a start we got off to. I mean, we sold 3 in the end this week. So that was the Discovery Sport, the Cougar, and the Freelander 2. So, yeah, good. I mean, 3 sold. It's okay. I'm happy with that. It's okay. I was hoping it would be more around 4 or 5. It looked like it was going to be around 4 or 5. And then midweek, just, you know, obviously shit hit the fan. Not shit hit the fan, but just, you know, just admin rubbish, which took it out of me in the end. But the 2 cars we bought, the Golf and the Mitsubishi, great, two great little cars, 2 great cars. That Golf, God, it's got some attitude. We're going to get that. I think we're going to get the wheels refurbed on it, and we're going to get a couple of little pinhole dents taken out. So make sure that car is absolutely perfect. I'm not quite sure how we're going to tackle that fag butt burn, but we're going to have to try. And then, of course, I've got to tackle this bloody Range Rover now, which is fine. Not going to let that put me down. I know the people who have bought it. They're very understanding. I said I'll just get it sorted out. And as I said, if anyone's got any suggestions, let me know. But I'm going to start making progress on that early next week. So I think we're down to about 15, 16 cars at the moment. 15, 16 cars, and we got some really nice stock in that BMW. That's a really nice one. The Golf, we got the Jeep, we got some really nice looking cars at the moment, and we need to get some smaller stuff. You know, like the Qashqai's. That Mitsubishi is absolutely fine. That's going to retail around £6,000, something like that. So we want to get some more cars in around that sort of sub 10, retailing at the sub 10 mark. We don't have any huge amount of those at the moment. We've got some Captures and what have you, but yeah, we need to get some of those cars in. But other than that, that beef dish was absolutely cracking. It really was last night. Oh my God, that slow cooker stuff. So it's the London train. That was absolutely stunning. So I haven't done much of a cook-off this week, but you saw a little taste of something. But when it's so busy, it's very difficult to do those cook-offs. But anyway, chaps, look, I'm going to love you and leave you, because I'm going to get back to the office, try and watch a bit of rugby later on, but enjoy this beer. And although I've had a bit of a rubbish week in some ways, I've still bloody enjoyed it. I still really enjoy it. So still keeping the old pecker up, which is good. And when you have crap weeks, there's a bloody good week ahead of you somewhere. So anyway, laters taters, and I'll see you next week. Laters.